Testing, testing. Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we're gonna talk about some things that I'm pretty sure majority of society probably isn't thinking this because they believe that Charlie Kirk's shooter was found. And honestly, me personally, I just don't believe that that's the shooter. I don't. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. Um, Welcome to the live. Make sure y'all stay on topic. That's all I ask. Cause if you don't, you'll be kicked out. And you'll be blocked. You know? Stay engaged, stay on topic. That's all I ask. Don't be disrespectful, don't be rude. You're entitled to your own opinion, and that's all it is to it. I'm not gonna do any harm to anybody because they have an opinion. All right. I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody. I'm not gonna curse at you. Nothing like that because you have an opinion. I just ask that you just stay respectful just as well as I am. So anyway, there were some things that I was thinking about last night, and I was like, man, you know, what if Charlie Kirk's shooter is not the shooter? I have a hard time believing these people. I mean, you got to think about it. Our whole life pretty much was a lie. And honestly, like for generations after generations, you know, let me pin this topic so that when people come in, they know exactly what we're talking about. Thing is, the whole world is really lost, you know. And it's sad. It's sad. I just want to say something though. You know, it's a shame that people do get killed for their opinions on things or things like that. But you know what? I came to the realization that it's really the fact that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And honestly, that's just how society views it. Really. Like it's like if you don't say it to their liking, then they'll look at you as like a Mr. or a Mrs. Know It All. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. We got a bunch of hateful, evil people, that's dancing around and, prancing and stuff like that, excited that this man is gone. So actually, I have a few videos. I have a few videos that I would like to show. Society is just so evil. And what's wrong with people is they don't come up for air with their evil wicked ways. They just keep going and they keep going and they keep teasing and they keep mocking like some little bitty kids. It's a shame. It's a shame. You know, to really see how the world has transitioned over the years is diabolical. The fact that people are is okay with being evil and they make excuses to be evil is diabolical. To make excuses to be evil, to be just negative as hell is one thing. But to make excuses to be negative, to make excuses to be evil is another thing. I don't know what's wrong with people. And then they want you to go back and forth with them. They want you to battle with them. They want you to do that because they just get a kick out of seeing negativity. They get a kick out of seeing you angry. They never want to see your happiness. They actually want to laugh at your failures for their happiness. People is they're just despicable. They're despicable. What does this say? Greg says if the whole world hates uh CK, then why are there millions of people gathering to pray? And you know what? That's the same thing I said. But uh, this is what I see online. People are worldly, they are of this world. So I say the whole world because a lot of people are very worldly. You know what I'm saying? And it's really just a follow the leader type of thing. you know, let's just be 100. It's like you do have people that are trying to go the right direction, go the right way. And then also you got the most evilest, wickedest, hatefulest people in the damn world. And I just look at it like it's pretty much damn near the whole world that hates this man while he still has love at the same time. There is a battle with the people, and it is good versus evil at this point. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. One eye, they just want your energy. So, um, that's what I'm saying. My thing is, I have never seen so many people mock somebody's death like this before. I don't remember seeing anything like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's like every time I look up, a person is laughing and dancing and I can't even believe how evil and wicked the world is. But anyway, I just really feel like, let's be 100, man. This was the people that was closest to him. And I'm not talking about family. You know, this had to be somebody that was closest to him. I'm going to play a video clip, you know. See, people always look at everything from one angle and they never look at it from other angles, other views. They just go along with this. They go along with this. Clearly, we've been lied to our whole lives. What makes you think that we should really sit there and believe these people? I mean, you know what people's issue is in society is they believe everything that the government says. They trust in man. Seriously. Even when man does them wrong, even when the government, the system do them wrong, they still believe in it. They still trust them. They will never stop. Okay? No matter what. But if you lie to them as a regular human being about something, it's like if you lie to them and you're not a politician, then they'll cut you off. The world will cut you off. But at the same time, I'm just saying, like, make it make sense. You believe everything the system says, the system tells you to believe. You, I don't believe this shit. I'm gonna just say that. Jacob, you said if you're seeing that a lot, you might be in wrong circles. Well, I disagree. You know, it's just the whole world hates this man, and they're trying to use excuses. They're trying to use excuses to continue hatred. There is people here that loves him. But why is it that we have to sit here and watch someone die and half of the world is pretty much mocking his death? Anyway, I believe that that is not the shooter, honestly. You know, these people would do anything. They will go as far, in my eyes. You know, people keep saying, you know, the Epstein files and things like that. I get it. It may have something to do with that. But also, when you dive deeper, I believe that they will do anything in their power to distract the world from being themselves. Like, they literally just want to have you under their control. You know, they just want to abuse their power. They just want to keep you controlled. That's all it is. You got to think about it. This whole entire world is walking around like zombies, all in their phones. This topic is going on. This topic is going on. You know, Chicago, Cali. You know, you got this, you got that. It's just all type of things just going on back to back to back to back to back. So when I look at it in my eyes, I see this as like a, it could definitely, like I said, it most definitely can be, you know, the Einstein files and things like that. We already know what's going on. But honestly, they will do whatever they can in their power to keep you distracted from being yourself. Do you not know the whole world pretty much is not themselves anymore because of social media? Because they eyes are glued to their phones, and you know, we worried about this and we worried about that and we worried about this and we worried about that. That's what I think. But also, I like to talk about Charlie Kirk's death because, you know, it has showed me also how evil and wicked society really is. They don't care. Honestly, like I said yesterday, my next door neighbor died in front of my house. And that alone showed me how evil and wicked people really are, because they will not help you if you're dying. They will look at you and scroll through their phones on Facebook and go live about you and take videos and pictures of you and stuff like that. It's like, you know, you talking about doing something for clout. The whole world wants clout. The whole world is chasing the image. The whole world will stop at nothing to be the center of attention. Make that make sense? How? Like how? Grown ass men, grown ass women, and they just want to be somebody, and they believe that social media is going to help them be somebody. The whole world is sensitive as hell. You know, can't even have a simple debate, simple conversation with somebody and simply disagree to agree. And, you know, people just get mad, they get angry, they get violent. The whole world full of hate. Yes, one eye, very gross. Um, Caleb says it'll never change. You're right. The internet has changed the world for the worse. It won't change. Never will. You know, at some point, something got to give. Unfortunately, you know, this is what's giving. This and more events to come. You know what's sad? Charlie Kirk, he's been a topic of discussion for about 3 days. And I hate to say this though, but he is gone but never forgotten. But the whole world will forget about him very soon because there is another event that's about to happen very soon. Trust me, it's gonna be piled on top of this one. You know, the lady that got killed on a train, God rest her soul. Honestly, that didn't really get enough notice, if you ask me. I didn't really see because while they were talking about that, they were talking about Chicago and, you know, the National Guards coming and this, that, and the third. All right. Everything surrounding the National Guards and ICE. And then right up under that, they were talking about Charlie Kirk, but it really wasn't getting that much attention. It was getting attention, but not much. I was just seeing more so about Chicago, National Guards, things like that. Then all of a sudden, Charlie Kirk just blew up all in the algorithm. Um, and this is from my angle, and it's like the whole world is distracted, but people believe that they're not distracted. But if you're not distracted, then why is it that you don't really know yourself? If you're not distracted, then why is it that you can't really be yourself? I want to say that too, though, because it's like a lot of people allow the internet to distract them. See, the thing is, a difference between me, because I know myself, and maybe a lot of other people who probably don't know themselves, is I do not allow the internet to distract me from who I am. I can talk about these topics and still know who I am once I turn this camera off. It's a lot of people that's so lost. They so lost. They like literally are in their phones, like they are their phones. They are social media. They are reality TV shows. They are celebrities. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, somebody says, stay respectful in the comment section, y'all. He might not be remembered as long as MLK, but Kirk won't be forgotten anytime soon. Gone too soon. Gone but never forgotten. That's the thing. But the way how social media is set up, they will make sure that he's forgotten, you know? And I just want to say, like, we should not let this go unnoticed, for real. We should not put this to rest. I do not believe that his shooter was caught. And I do not believe that that's the right person. And I sit here before you today to let you know that you cannot trust. Hey, you could put your trust in them if you want to. That's you. That's you. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm not telling you. I just want to say that. Do whatever you want. But me personally, knowing that it took me literally 26 years, 26, 27 years. Well, I'm going to just say this. When I first had common sense for real, I was around 11 or 12 years old. So you do the math. Why did it take me 20 years to escape the matrix? Because they lied to us our whole entire lives. I mean, let's be 100. We've been chasing after a job, chasing after this, chasing after that, chasing the American dream, and it wasn't even real. It was actually a nightmare. I mean, clearly you see it. You see everybody all on the internet crying, begging for help. Everybody struggling. The American dream, where? Make it make sense. But see, they don't want to hear me talk. People like me can't talk. You know, truth tellers get heavy criticism. We get persecuted. We get harmed. Things happen to us. Just simply because of sensitive ass people that don't agree with anything that you say. They believe everything that you say is a lie. You're just lazy. You're not on shit. You're not trying to do anything with your life. You don't want to go to college. You don't want a real education. You don't. But the system is failing us, though. The American dream, where? Where? You wake up every day that it's tragedy. Seriously, tragedy. People, people, they laugh at your pain. They laugh at your pain. Look at how they doing Charlie Kirk. I mean, I've never seen these many people laughing at someone's death. This is evil. People are evil and they okay with it, and I'm not. You know, I hate seeing stuff like this because he got people that really love him. Bruh, the people that was closest to him has everything to do with this. If you ask me, there was things that he was saying that they believe that he shouldn't have said because, they want him to be like LeBron, shut up and dribble. Shut the hell up. You shouldn't be talking about stuff like that, Charlie. Don't you ever say that out your mouth and you work next to us. You know, there was things that he said that a lot of people disagreed with. And you know what that was? It was the truth. Majority of what he said was the truth. Some of the things that he said I didn't agree with, but guess what? I can simply disagree with no hate in my heart. That's what matters the most, right? To me, that's what matters the most. I don't believe that he was just killed by a random just simply because of, something that he said that that person didn't like. I believe that, the people that he worked underneath had everything to do with it because he was supposed to shut up and comply. He was never supposed to expose anything. He wasn't supposed to be talking like that. How you think you see a lot of pastors out here watering down the truth and not fully telling you things because they're afraid, they scared. But they want you to have faith. Real talk. You got to have faith. But they don't. They're afraid. And they'll shut their mouth for money. You know, got to keep those funds flowing in. People will do anything. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And obviously, this man didn't really care about money because he was really talking the truth. This guy, Charlie Kirk had to be a very brave man. Yeah, I said it. To sit to sit out there in front of thousands of people, and debate with them and go back and forth. I feel like Charlie put himself in a wilderness, if you ask me, right? Why did I say that? Because you're dealing with thousands and thousands of people that are extremely wicked and evil. And I'm gonna be honest with you, not everybody is wicked and evil. So, but the majority of them is. Let's be 100, it's very rare that you find someone good out here. People just got hate in their heart some type of way. Some type of way there is hate in their heart. Real talk. And to really be brave enough to like keep himself under control, to go back and forth with people and tell them how he believed that they're wrong and correct them where they're wrong at, and have his opinion and be calm talking about it. If you ask me, you could see a little bit of frustration in him, but he's not getting violent. He's not ready to turn up. He ain't ready to cuss you out. He's not ready to get up and put hands and feet on you and everything. He's not, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see a violent person. I seen a person that was able to keep their composure, speaking to the world and telling the truth. That's what I saw. Honestly. he had to be very brave to really, because it really takes a lot for you to really sit in front of a person and go back and forth with them, because people, man, like people, something is wrong with them, for real. And I've had conversations with people, right? And they get upset because when y'all talking about something and they disagree with what you're saying, and you bring the facts and they bring their facts or whatever, and it's like they just ready to clash at this point because they believe in their minds, no, you're wrong. And when they feel like you're wrong and you keep going and you keep going, it gets them hot. It gets them mad. They ready to do some harm to you. They thinking about doing some harm. You don't even know the evil, sick things that people think in their minds just because they like, no, you're not right. You can never be right. I'm right, and I will always be right, and nobody can tell me nothing wrong, and I'm never wrong, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that I'm wrong. Like they will literally keep going back and forth with you. I done had to walk away. I had to walk away because I'm like, man, let me get away from you. But Charlie kept going. He kept going. He was very brave. Um, what's up to the 90 people in here? Yes, Pride, Rima. What's up, Hazel, Rima, Mo, Samantha, Ricky. What's up, everybody? Samantha says he never hated people for having different opinions. He respected their willingness to have an open discussion and allowed them the ability to. Me and my husband was talking about this, right? I said, you know what? My husband was telling me, like, man, he's very respectful. Honestly, one thing I could say about him is, like, during these debates, he's just respectful. He lets you talk. He, you know, cut you off. Oh, I'm sorry for cutting you off. I didn't mean, what I'm saying? Like, a respectful conversation. So, where's the issue? What is the problem? The problem is people are so sensitive that they don't want to be wrong. They will not be wrong no matter what. You cannot, people so prideful. Damn. It has gotten to the point where people are extremely prideful, bro. They cannot put that pride away. It's to the point where they start thinking these negative thoughts in their mind. When they have to walk away with a walk of shame, knowing that they was wrong the whole time, it's these negative thoughts that start forming in their minds, and now it's like they ready to put hands on you. Now they wishing death on you. The fact that it was mind-boggling is it's the fact that everybody was up here dancing on the internet, clapping, shouting hooray, happy that this man is gone. And they don't see nothing wrong with that. They don't see that they're demons. They don't see that they're evil. They don't see that they are possessed. They really don't. Yes, Tyler, that's crazy. I just read your comment when I said a great man's thinking like these demons are cheering on assassination. You feel me? Cheering on assassination, bro. What like the pride though? You want to know? It's simply because they didn't want to hear him no more anyway. This my thing. People literally force themselves to do stuff that they don't have to do. If you don't want to debate with this man and you know you're going to get angry and mad and stuff like that because you know that he's probably going to be right, why did you face him then? Oh, you want to know why? Because she had to put on her big girl panties and he had to put on his big boy underwears and step in front of Charlie like he is somebody. Hey, I got it today. You ain't gonna tell me that I'm wrong. Watch, I saw you tell thousands, millions of other people that they're wrong, but you won't tell me that I'm wrong today. because I'll going back and forth. I'll go back and forth with you. And see, this will cause people, the truth causes people to hate you so deeply, bro. So deeply. To the point where they just start thinking negative things in their mind. They thinking about harming you. They hoping that somebody will harm you because they don't want to go to jail. They like, man, I mean, damn. People go this far. They hate that they gotta walk away just knowing, like, man, hate this stupid fucking, like cussing you in their minds and everything. You know, I wrote something down. Where is it at? The whole world is casting a spell doing witchcraft, because that's exactly what they doing. Whole world casting a spell doing witchcraft. Whole world hate this man. And you know what's crazy? People don't even know who he is, but they see everybody else doing the trend. Oh, let me see. Get me a few followers off of this. Let me dance too. But you want to know, it's crazy because they just heartless anyway. They don't care. They don't care. They don't have a heart for anybody. Yeah, Tyler said, blessed are those who die speaking the work of God. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Do you not know how many people claim that they love God? I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me for saying this, but I really have to tell the truth right now. Do you not know how many people, that was at that vigil that I seen for Charlie, and thousands of people, but who will really die for Jesus Christ? Who really will? Who really will? People just want to follow the trends. That's all they want to do. They want to follow the trends. They want to follow up behind other people, you know? They want to be recognized too, just because you're being recognized. But the whole world is trying to be recognized at the same time. Everybody just wants to, everybody's chasing the same image. So it's like, who will really die for Jesus Christ? Everybody believe in God too. It's really time to believe in him. Because you're going to get that knock at your door one day and they going to ask you, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Because if you say yes, you'll die. If you say no, we'll give you a lot of money. You'll be able to buy this. You'll be able to buy that. You won't have to starve to death. You won't have to. Do you not know how many people will say, oh, oh, the whole world is in fear for their lives because they're afraid to die. They don't want to die. Do you really love Jesus Christ though? Like, will you really die for him though? Will you? Because it will get to a point where you really got to say it. Yes, I believe in Jesus Christ. Are you okay with that? I'm talking about, man, people really, you know, in order to really believe in God, there is a contract that you have to be under, for real. A spiritual contract. Because it's deeper than that. It's not just, oh, I believe in God. Oh, it's deeper than that. It goes deep. For real. Y'all, you know, at the end of the day, there is no excuse. This man should have never died. His death should not be glorified all across the world and all online for the whole world to see. He has a wife that's grieving, children that misses their father, things like that, man. I'm telling you, like, people are so evil, bro. Christina, what's up? Christina says, be not afraid, for I am always with you. Yes. Yes. We should not fear. Like, this whole world just fears. Let's be 100. People say they're not afraid to die, but they really are. They're afraid to die. People feel like the real truth is people want to live on forever, and they will do anything they can to live on forever. If the doctor tell you that you got to take this medication because you have something, a life-threatening illness, but if you take this medication, it might help you to stay alive long, you could be alive longer, even though it gives you horrible side effects, even though it still makes you even sicker. You will do whatever you can to stay alive When it's your time, it's your time. And not an ounce of medication, not an ounce of organic foods, healthy eating, exercising. I'm just being 100. When it's your time, it's your time. You are not immortal. You cannot live on forever. People will do whatever they can to stay here. Okay, I get it. Because y'all love the world. You love the world. You will miss the world. You don't want to miss the world. You feel like if you die, you'll be missing out on, living in the flesh. All that partying you was doing, that drinking, all that. Sleeping with multiple people, thinking terminating pregnancy. Look, Charlie Kirk, he had his opinion. I got mine. You got your opinion. I feel like it is literally okay to disagree on something and still have a cordial conversation. If I believe that terminating pregnancies is wrong and you don't, and you give your take on why you don't feel like, and I give my take on why I feel like it's wrong, I feel like we should still be able to have a cordial conversation like grown adults and walk away from each other without hating each other. But the world ain't like that. They don't want to walk away knowing that you knew something that they didn't. Richard says, Jesus Christ healed me of leukemia. Praise, honor, and hallelujah. Praise, honor, and glory go out to Lord Jehovah in the name of, man, I'm telling you. He was there for me, in times where I felt like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Should I give up? Nope. He comes. He may not be on time when you want him. He may not be there when you want him, but he come right on time for sure though. You feel me? You said, when will the power of love outweigh the love of power? There is a difference between being afraid to die and not wanting to die yet wanting to live on to enjoy the blessings of life. A lot of people, I feel, especially worldly people, they really feel like, oh my God, I'm scared to die. Well, the thing is, there is two things. There is life and then there is death. So it's a such thing as life and death. We ain't gonna be here forever. At some point we gotta go. And when I leave, I wanna leave knowing that I left doing the right thing. I wanna leave knowing that I knew the truth. I don't wanna leave this earth after I done sat here majority of my life chasing the American dream that never even existed. It's like people don't understand that they should value every day of their lives. Real talk. Every minute, every second that you're able to take a breath because somebody lost oxygen literally 60 seconds ago to the point where they're not here anymore. That's how grateful we should be. But people just feel like, yeah, I'm going to wake up tomorrow though. Right, there you go. You got faith. You know that you're going to wake up tomorrow, right? But the thing is, what if you don't? That's why you should be thankful for being alive right now in this moment. In this moment. but they don't think like that. You talk to them about something positive and they think that you lecturing them. They think that you just trying to tell them what to do. I mean, it didn't get to a point where the whole world feels like you trying to tell them what to do. It's not what you say, it's how you said it. Well, how did I say it? You just think you know everything. Oh, let me guess, I'm Mrs. Know-It-All now. Just because I'm a little bit more knowledgeable than you are. I mean, I'm only saying this too because I've had people tell me the same exact thing. They say stuff like, well, you just think you know everything. No, I just know that I know what I'm talking about because I did deep research. And before I really started talking about it, I really did my research. But people just, oh, well, it's not what you said, though. It's just how you said it. How did I say it? This is exactly why those people in the crowd, I mean, the people that was coming up to debate with him, they was getting worked up. They was getting hot and heated because they just feel like, man, you just trying to, you just think you know everything. Let's be 100. That's why they stood there and they kept going back and forth with him. And they went back and forth with him to the point where they started getting mad. Not him. He good. Because guess what? He on to the next person debating with them. And you in the audience just sitting up there pissed off. Mad. He got people that don't even know him behind his internet pissed off. You know, it's completely diabolical to me when complete strangers hate you and you don't even know them. They hate you simply because your opinions versus theirs. Uh JG says maybe you're just grounded in good values, but you haven't found the outlet to understand it. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, but um, you said he had strangers hate him because he was not scared to express his opinions, right? And see, when you're not afraid, then the whole entire world feels like, hold up, wait, we have someone that's non-compliant, guys. They're non-compliant. You must comply with the world. You must be in agreement with the world. You must not agree with the world, okay? Because if you disagree with the world, you know you in for it, right? But he didn't care. He told the truth. I mean, I seen no lies detected. Now there were certain things that he said that I didn't agree with, but I mean, I don't hate him. I don't hate him. You have to have self-control to really talk to people like Charlie Kirk. You got to have some self-control. Because if you one of those people that feel like you can never be wrong, you will never be able to go up against somebody like him. Just being honest. And I'm not saying that he's the greatest of them all. And I'm not saying that, he's a god. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you got to have self-control to be able to sit down and really disagree with someone and have a adult conversation about it. People not like that, man. And that's sad, bro. That's sad. You said he did comply to the world, particularly the conservative group think. Well, I'm just saying, when it comes down to, you know, I don't know if I can say this word because YouTube just so they just, you know what? I'm gonna just say this. When it comes down to speaking of pregnancies being terminated, when it comes down to black on black crime, see, the whole world feels like, oh, you a white man, you need to be quiet, you know. Shut up and dribble, LeBron type shit. You need to be quiet. You have no say so. You shouldn't say anything about the black community. Facts. He complied with his beliefs and his, yes, facts. But when we talking about how the world wanted him to be, they saw non-compliance in their eyes. When you don't do the same thing as the world and you don't move the same way that the whole world moves, you stand out. And they look at you as a threat. That's what I'm saying. They look at you as you're considered a threat just because of your beliefs versus the whole world. You know? The LGBTQRSTUV community, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, they did not like him. They did not like the fact that he did not agree with them. And if you are compliant with the system, then of course, you got people out here that feels like they must comply and agree with a person being in the rainbow community. I'm gonna just say that. Because the whole world is afraid to speak up and speak out against the rainbow community, because if you do, you know what's gonna happen for you. You know what's gonna happen to you. The whole world is afraid to speak up and speak out against pregnancies being terminated. Because if you do, you know what's going to happen to you. See, people are just afraid and they fear for their lives. Simply if they sit down in front of a camera, in front of thousands of people on social media and speak the truth, they're afraid. So they hate you for being able to do it. They hated Charlie Kirk for being able to do it. That's why they're dancing. That's why they're clapping. That's why they're angry. Well, that's why they were angry. But now they're excited. Now they're happy. Now they're evil even more. They're hateful. Charlie Kirk's death gave everybody a reason to just be the hateful, evil, demonic person that they are today. His death gave them a reason to continue to sin, because they saw that it was a trend. How the hell did it become a trend to mock someone's death? It's just because social media, it's not the social media, it's the people on social media. The people on social media are sick, okay? They glorify death day in and day out. But you know what? What's more sickening is to see people actually dancing and parading around because someone died and you did not like them because of their beliefs and they didn't even know you. Hey, this man ain't even know you from a can of paint. Damn, he got you that hot. The only thing that upsets me more on social media than anything is false prophets. You know, seeing people that sit here and they they quote Bible scriptures and they speak truth and they have a ministry and they have a congregation, and the whole time they going against the law of the Bible. The whole time they out partying, drinking, turning up. The whole time they really love the world. That's the thing that upsets me, seeing stuff like that. What also upsets me is seeing people on social media dancing and clapping and screaming and shouting in happy moments because Charlie Kirk died. And this man had a family. What and those two are the things that gets me upset. But if I see somebody on social media that I don't even know personally that disagrees with the things that I agree with, what I'm gonna hate them for? What am I gonna? I don't know them. I don't know them personally. And I'm just saying, even if I did know them personally, I'm not gonna hate them, you know. But I mean, how can a person that you don't even know, that you have no relation to, you never met before, you never shook their hand, how can they get you mad? How? That just lets you know that people are extremely sensitive nowadays. Um, I'm about to get ready and show y'all this video though, because I've been holding back for the last 51 minutes, really talking, right? And I just want to show y'all this video that me and my husband was watching. Shout out to this content creator. I actually showed his video yesterday. His name is Nitrous TV. Um, it's funny how I found this. I was really just typing in a search bar last night, and I'm like, I wonder, has anybody else been talking about this? Uh, this is not Charlie Kirk's real killer. Like, I don't know. I just really feel like it's some fishy stuff about it. Obviously, I know it is. So as I was typing, his video popped up, and I started watching it, and I said, "Oh wow, oh wow, wow! Y'all ready to see this? Y'all ready to see this? It is called uh the Charlie Kirk's cover up has begun. Y'all gotta stop looking at everything from one angle though. For real. We got to. Let's get it.
Conversation related to the past. Now in today's video, we're going to be having a very interesting conversation related to the passing of Charlie Kirk. Obviously, rest in peace. My prayers go out to his family, his wife, his kids. But I was recently having a conversation with my friend, and he was telling me that the person who was arrested for the assassination is not even the right person, bro. That it was a completely made-up individual who was just there to take the blame, bro. And then right after that, someone who's actually a part of the masterclass sent me over this video called "The Charlie Kirk Cover-Up Has Commenced." Now, obviously, that grabbed my attention immediately. Now, if you guys are interested in joining the masterclass, I'm basically giving people an opportunity to learn exactly how to start making money from their phone. So if you're someone who's ambitious and motivated to learning how to make money online, I'm going to give you $1,000 is linked down below, and then we can hop on a call and I can walk you through onboarding, give you the details, etc. Now, to continue back to this video, I'm very curious to see what this is all about, because obviously with this being the main topic of conversation for the past couple of hours, day or two, rightfully so, this is some very, very interesting news. Let's get into today's video.
Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. This is another breaking news update. We just got confirmation that Charlie Kirk's killer has been arrested. Let's get right into it. For the last few days, all the media has been heavily focused on the Charlie Kirk assassination. Everyone is looking for more details and wondering why this happened and how this happened. I've already made 2 videos covering the situation, and in my last video, I gave my theories on what I believe was the reason for his assassination. In my last episode, we still didn't have a confirmation on who the killer was, even though they had released images of him. We still weren't given a name or anything like that. But now, just as a few minutes ago, we have received an update that they have arrested the killer of Charlie Kirk. This is the information that's being put out right now. The suspect in the killing of Charlie Kirk has been identified as Tyler Robinson and is being held without bail in Utah jail on several initial charges, including aggravated murder. They're saying he was caught last night as one of Robinson's family members reached out to a family friend, who then contacted authorities with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. The family members told investigators that Robinson spoke negatively of Kirk before the shooting. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel and inscriptions on the bullets, including one that read, "Hey, fastest catch." It's also being reported that the alleged shooter is not talking to investigators after he requested a lawyer on the spot. This is what they know about the killer so far. He grew up in Washington, Utah, and earned a scholarship to attend Utah State University after a strong academic record in high school, but dropped out after just one semester. His voter registration records show that he is registered to vote unaffiliated with any party, although he is listed as an inactive voter, meaning he hadn't voted in at least the most recent 2 general elections. Now, to me, this is the most important detail that they released. According to the authorities, Robinson was taken into custody around 10 p.m. Thursday night after a 33-hour manhunt. You heard that right, 33 hours. We already know about the number 33, and we're going to get more into that in a bit. And this was said by no other than Kash Patel. A spokesperson for the university said in a statement Friday that Robinson briefly attended Utah State University for 1 semester in 2021. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I said in my last video, I still 100% believe that it was a professional hit that was ordered on Charlie Kirk. I do not buy this narrative at all, and I do not believe this is truly the suspect. A lot of this isn't...
Bro, and I was having this conversation. Same person who told me this is not the shooter is the same person that told me this. I wasn't able to verify it, so I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. But the shot was over 200 yards long, which is damn near the length of 2 football fields. For someone like this, right, to hit a shot like that with that much accuracy, that sounds like a hard thing to do. So I genuinely believe that it was professional. I genuinely believe that it was an intentional hit, not just some angry individual who has something against Charlie Kirk. I genuinely think this was planned out.
Adding up to me. Specifically, how they want us to believe this 22-year-old was so talented with a rifle that he was able to make the shot. This is something that I have been thinking about since the last video I made. How did this man know where Charlie Kirk's location was going to be?
142 yards.
The day of the rally. How did he know that he was going to be in that exact spot, and how was he able to determine which roof to sit on to get a clear shot of him? To me, none of that is making any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense. And now that they introduced the 33 into the equation, we already know that's their infamous signal. For those that don't know, the number 33 is a very important number in Masonry. It is the highest degree in Masonry, in fact. Like I've said millions of times before, our country is controlled by Freemasons. It is run by Freemasons. If you don't believe me, here's a picture of Donald Trump standing next to someone who works with him wearing a Freemasonic pin. These are the people that truly run our country. And now the whole narrative that the family called a friend and the friend called the authorities, I'm not buying that at all either. I'm not saying that parents won't turn their kids in, but this is the exact same narrative we heard in the Luigi Mangione situation, that I believe Luigi Mangione wasn't even the person that did the crime in the first place. How did this man know where Charlie Kirk was going to be? How did he know that he was going to be standing in that exact spot, that he was going to be able to make that shot? This does not sound right. That person who murdered Charlie Kirk was a professional, in my opinion, and this was orchestrated well in advance, and they knew where Charlie Kirk was going to be standing, and they knew where to take the shot from, and they knew what moment to take the shot from. All of this is what's truly important. We have to remember what they're trying to do with it.
And the crazy thing is, he was shot once he was having a conversation about gun rights and gun laws, which is the craziest part. The person he was having a conversation with was speaking on the topic of guns. And the one thing I want to say is seeing the reaction from so many people on social media is actually, it's kind of interesting to see the polarity, right? Like, there are so many people who genuinely are praising this man for being unalived. And then there are people who are 1000% supporting the life that he lived in his message. Now, when it comes to the gun laws, I don't like to get into politics, but one thing that I do believe is that everyone should have a right to their Second Amendment. Number one thing that I always remind people, it is not the gun. A gun can't kill someone. You can't, like a gun by itself cannot do this. It's the person, right? Like, people use weapons of all kinds. You can, if this person that they're claiming is the assassin, is the same type of person to walk into a spot with a knife. It's the same type of person to walk into a spot with a bat. The same type of person he's the same type of person to want to inflict harm, assuming that this is the actual guy, whoever it is. Someone who goes out and uses a gun as for an intent of violence, the same person that would find any means to commit a violent or a criminal or a hate act. That is the bottom line. That is the literal bottom line, right? It's in that person. It's not the gun. It's the person. It's not the, what are you gonna, if someone gets stabbed, if everyone's getting stabbed, are you gonna say ban knives? Like, that's not how it works, bro.
They're trying to push the narrative that Charlie Kirk's assassination happened because of all the political conflicts that we've been having in the last few years. They're basically trying to blame it on people wanting to know the truth about Epstein, causing this political violent act, which I do not believe at all. I honestly think that this was orchestrated because of that reason, because they're trying to force us to leave this situation alone. What most people don't understand is that these administrations are actually scared right now because they 100%. Put Trump in power, expecting us just to take whatever he says as word. If Trump said there is no Epstein list, they were expecting us to say, you know what, Trump, you're right, there is no Epstein list. The American people voted you in because they trust you, so they're going to believe anything he says. It didn't happen like that, though. At least some people woke up the moment they saw Trump denying all the Epstein stuff, and ever since then, Trump has been dealing with his own fan base turning on him. That is what's the problem here. Trump was the one who was supposed to lead this new world. He is the one chosen that's going to have the least amount of resistance. And as you can see, even though a lot of people have turned on Trump, he still has loyal followers that will do anything for him. And I believe 100% that this entire situation was orchestrated. They want us to believe that Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old kid, was the person who committed this crime. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem real. We know that they always have a fall guy for these situations, and that's what I believe this Tyler guy is. Nothing but a fall guy. When we look at the incident, how the incident went down, it screams professional. How would this 22-year-old know where to stand, where to go, how to even use this rifle in a way that would be able to get him from that distance? No one is taking that into account. In my opinion, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk was used as a sacrificial lamb. Not only is this going to stop people from talking about Trump and Epstein for a while, but now they're going to blame this attack on Charlie Kirk on people trying to find out the truth. Now we're going to be the enemies. Now those that are speaking the truth about the Epstein files and wanting to know the truth about the Epstein files, we are the problem now. This entire situation is not adding up to me. There's too much details that just don't make any sense. And we know this is exactly how those who run our country truly operate. We know how they get down. We know what they're up to. We know what they're willing to do. And I 100% believe that this man is not the shooter. With the number 33 being in the equation, the Freemasons' favorite number, come on, man. Like, they're saying they found them exactly 33 hours later. We have to pay attention to the numerology that they use. We have to pay attention to all the things that they tell us because their lies are always uncovered in the details. This was a horrible situation. This was horrible that happened to Charlie Kirk. But I don't think it was this 22-year-old that did it. I think that the people that are truly behind this are those that are running this country. This is clearly nothing but the cover.
Now, what's really crazy is this, y'all. The fact that Epstein's files were just voted to not be released, bro. Stay tuned for the next video because I'm about to be speaking about how the Senate recently voted to hold on to Epstein's files and exactly what that means. So if you guys have made it up to this part of the video, I want you guys to leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and if you are interested in joining the masterclass, then
me personally, I just look at things from other angles, and I'm glad that there is people out there that do the same, and they just don't believe everything that they're saying. This all just sounds so made up. Real talk. They can make up anything and make people believe it. And people literally believe it. Something is wrong with the world, and the thing that's wrong with the world is they just like to be under control. They like to be lied to. I noticed that a lot of people, they like to be lied to. And then when they're lied to, they go crazy. They get upset. But they believe and they trust in the same people that's been lying to them. So let me go to another video. This crazy. It's deeper than this. Let me go to another video. There's still people on here mocking his death too, by the way. I don't see what's so funny about somebody's dying. Somebody dying. Let's get you up out of here. What's up, Doug Fresh? You know, just disgusting comments in here. But anyway, I just want to go to. I followed this guy. Shout out to him. This is another content creator with common sense. Actually, his name is Dennis Garcia. See, I always shout people out. That's what I do. That's what I do. Just because I don't steal people's content without giving them recognition. Real talk. So I shout them out, and I own no copyrights to none of their videos at all. Um, there was a video that I came across that was just so true, man. So true.
Imagine being able to build an app with
And
your name on it. Just
you know, Dennis, this content creator actually shows us how the world has reacted to Charlie's death. The evil within people. The evil within people, man. I mean,
not clickbait, it actually
bruh.
happened. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Charlie Kirk was just shot while speaking at a university event. Sadly, this is not a rumor. It's not clickbait. It actually happened. Not only that, but a lot of people actually witnessed his.
So I actually just want to fast forward to the part where he shows the people on TikTok and the things that they're doing, which is extremely sick. The excuses that people make for this is diabolical, man. Real talk. And I appreciate those of you that's actually interacting in the live stream and being respectful and staying engaged. I appreciate y'all because you guys are real humans. You guys are the ones that have compassion. You know, there's humans out here that actually lives with hate in their hearts, and they actually don't have any type of compassion, any love, nothing left. You know, just full of hate. Thank you. Just full of hate. Got my coffee, y'all, so excuse me for that. All right, so we're going to watch these TikTok videos of these demonic, evil, wicked people. And you know what's crazy? When you call them demons and stuff like that, it seems like they get madder. Man.
Well, is people celebrating evil. Let's watch these videos because it gets wild.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got...
And you a damn demon. So if you can cheer on somebody's death or something bad happening to your enemy and laughing at your enemy fall, you are a demon. You have hate in your heart.
Shot. Well, breaking fucking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fanta-Fastest favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chucklefuck Kirk.
If you're making fun of Charlie Kirk losing his life, seriously, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, what is wrong with you? It's not just cruel, it's evil. It's evidence of a hardened heart. That's just what it is.
Facts. Evidence of a hardened heart is 100% facts. He never lied. No lies detected, bro. You know, it is like literally no excuse. I don't care what this man said that you didn't agree with. I don't care if you feel like he was a racist. I don't care if you feel like he was wrong for the things that he talked about. You know, I don't care, man. If you can literally sit here and cheer and celebrate for somebody dying, evidence of a hardened heart.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Straight up demon. Don't put God in the middle of that. You're just a demonic person. Okay, I don't know what happened to
The chair would ask that all members present in the chamber and those in the gallery.
Hold on, y'all. This the part right here that tripped me out. This is the one. I don't know what this is. Right here. You know, I'm guessing it's some sort of political thing. But notice how he wanted the people to rise, and some of them sat down, and you're going to hear people in the background yelling and giving reasons as to why they're not going to stand in honor of Charlie Kirk. Man.
Please rise for a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family. The gentlelady from Colorado, rise.
Do y'all see the people sitting? Hold on, let me play it some more. They said no. Did they say no? Oh man. And then they still sitting down, y'all. This is crazy.
Let's wait a minute. Wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order.
Do you hear these people, these demons, as a matter of fact, in the background yelling and shouting and really justifying their reasoning as to why they are not going to pray for him and his family? They did not want to get up. Like, yes, Christina, disgusting. These people are so evil. You know, the world has become so evil to the point where they normalize evil. They justify evil. You know, they feel like you're wrong for not agreeing with them for being evil. Oh my God.
We will join for prayer right after this, okay? The chair lays before the House a communication. The House will be in order.
The demons. Woo! Y'all hear them demons coming out of them in the back? Oh my God, man. Real demons, man. See, the demons have manifested to the point where they're showing themselves now. They not afraid to come out. They not afraid to come out because they know that they have a whole army of people behind them that's in agreement as to why they should not stand and pray for Charlie and his family, man. These people are so evil, bro.
Wait, if you were detained at any
I'm just
Illinois
saying,
juvenile
bro.
detention facility,
Straight
this
up
is the money
evil.
glitch that's getting former detainees properly compensated. Illinois juvenile.
This world needs Jesus. America needs Jesus.
Yes.
Our neighbors need Jesus. We all need Jesus. Charlie went to pass from this life. And we hope that he went to be with Jesus. We hope that he went to be with his Savior. But what about you? What about me? The Bible says, broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But narrow is the way that leads to life, and only few will find it. The majority mocking him right now are on that broad road. And now here's the reason I'm making this video. Here's the truth that we need to face. Our enemies don't just disagree with us. They want us gone. They don't care if you're moderate or radical. To them, you're all the same. And that lines up exactly with what Jesus said. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. Keep in mind that...
Hold on. AI McAllister says Trump nor Mega did not rise to the occasion when those innocent kids were shot, nor when the 11 fishermen were killed in cold blood. So, although it's sad and he should not have been unalive, I understand. It's like, but overall, do you see how evil and wicked people are, though? Evil and wicked. You know, I mean, they said we are not going to pray for him. You want to know why, too? Because a lot of people, they don't pray anyway. They will resist prayer anyway. That's the thing. You about to make them do something that they ain't did in years. The last time they prayed, they was a kid. The last time they got on their knees, they was a kid. And they said they little night prayers with their teddy bears, got in the bed with their teddy bears and went to sleep. That was the last time they said a prayer. Matter of fact, the last time they said a prayer was when mommy or daddy told them to so that they can eat their food. The last time they probably said a prayer was never. They probably heard a prayer, but see, these demons, they don't pray anyway. They not about to do something that they've never done before and that they don't agree with. So when you said prayer, you you know you hit that demon where it hurt, bro. When you said let's pray, it's like that's all you had to say to watch the demons just come out. Yeah. You said forcing your religions on others. Why? Read the first sentence of the Constitution. Who's forcing their religion? I don't think I'm forcing my religion on anybody. I just know that God is real, and a lot of us, we know that God is real, you know. And honestly, religion ain't got nothing to do with it. I just know that God is real. God has answered my prayers. God has came, you know, in a nick of time when I felt like things were getting so bad to the point where I didn't know what to do. I'm telling you. It was a time where I almost got stranded because my car started acting crazy. I was like literally an hour away from my city at work. Didn't even get paid yet. Car was acting crazy as ever. I'm like, oh my God. How am I about to get back home? What am I gonna do? I popped the hood, looking around. I do have some knowledge on cars. I do know about cars. Some things about cars, not everything. And not the basic things either. You know? Because I've had a lot of cars throughout my adulthood. So yeah. And I just ain't know what to do. I ain't know what to do. And I just sat there and something just told me to calm down, don't panic. That's all it took was for me to calm down and not panic. I let my car rest for like 30 minutes, started it back up, and it drove me an hour all the way back home. But when I calmed down and I didn't panic, I prayed though. God was with me for sure. Then he got me all the way back home. And by the time I got home, guess what? My car clunked out on me. It gave out. And I was like, at the end of the day, I can't even get mad because I thank God that I didn't get stranded. I was an hour away from my house. Literally, as a matter of fact, an hour and some change because I was in another state. I wasn't even in Illinois. So you can't tell me, and that ain't even it. I'm a living testimony. It's a lot of things that has happened to me in my life. And I'm sure it's a lot of things that has happened to y'all in y'all lives. But God is real. And anyway, these demons, they really, 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 really just don't like to pray. You are cursing them when you say anything good, anything positive. But let's finish listening to what he had to say.
Hated Jesus first. We live in a culture that is entertained by death. It is entertained by blood. People mock and laugh and even celebrate when someone gets shot. And it's not just a random person. It's not just someone random, but a husband, but a father, a brother in Christ. That should make me furious and tremble at how hard people's hearts have become. And honestly, we got to take responsibility. What are we doing? Are we preaching the gospel? Are we showing the light of Christ? How is this world becoming so dark? And honestly, it's proof of what the Bible says in 2
Me and my husband question that a lot. How is this world still dark, especially the city of Chicago? How is the city of Chicago still wicked and evil with all these churches on every block? There's a church on every block, and it's still evil and demonic here. Still killings and shootings going on. Still. Crime rate still high. Kids still holding on to guns. Little kids want to be YNs. Little girls want to toot it up, tooting and booting. You know what I'm saying? Mamas and daddies is proud of them still through the bad things that they do. They glorify their behaviors. Parenting has become horrible. Grandparents ain't grandparents no more. Mamas and daddies ain't mamas and daddies no more. They allowing their kids to raise themselves. And you just got a city full of destruction. Real talk. How is it that Chicago is still evil with all these churches that we have here? I mean, man, I don't even know how many churches it is, but I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot.
Timothy 3, in the last days, people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, proud, abusers, ungrateful.
This is exactly what I be talking about. Every time I go live, I make a video, whatever, I say, people just so prideful. They just full of pride. That's what makes your personality ugly. That's what makes you ugly. When you're prideful and you won't put it away no matter what. You just can never be wrong. Nothing ever can go wrong. You just have to be very perfect. And you don't like to apologize when you know that you're in the wrong. You don't like to keep your word when you say you gonna keep your word. And then when you get confronted, you ready to fight. You ready to go to war. People just so prideful and evil at the same dang on time. It don't make no sense, man.
Unholy, without love, not lovers of good, but treacherous. You and I need to wake up to this. Tomorrow is not promised. Charlie.
But I just say, what I keep saying, tomorrow ain't How do you know that you're going to wake up tomorrow? Oh, you know you're going to wake up tomorrow. So then there you go. You got faith that you're going to wake up tomorrow. But you still need to understand that at any given second, you could take your last breath. And I'm just being realistic. Honestly, we should literally be happy that we're able to be alive.
He had a calling, but here's the question. Are you living out your calling, or are you wasting it? Because many of us claim that we would die for Jesus. Brother, I would die for Jesus. But in reality, you're not even living for him now. Some of us want to be sent to the nations, but you're not even telling people about Jesus at your school. You're not even telling people about Jesus at your job. People at home don't even know you're a Christian. They don't even see you.
I don't know what you mean by not very nice, but honestly, there is somebody that just took their last breath like probably 60 seconds ago. All I'm saying is we should all be grateful for being able to be alive and be here on this earth. We don't never know when it can be our last moment here, and that is just the real truth. I don't know if you want me to water it down for you and just be like, oh no, we're going to always be alive forever. See, that's the problem. People want you to continue to lie to them. They want lies. They don't want the truth. They want you to tell them, oh, you're going to be alive forever. Like at some point, we're going to die. And we don't know when it's going to be our last time here. We don't know. God has everything works according to his plan, not yours. Comfortable lies.
We are Christians by our love. Do people see love through you? Charlie boldly proclaimed the gospel, never ashamed of his faith, and stood firm on his convictions, even if it cost him his life. Now the question remains, will we shrink back in fear, or will we too proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ? In moments like this, when a leader of great influence is struck down,
I just want to say this. If you do not believe in Jesus Christ, this is not the channel for you. This is honestly. If you do not believe that, people should have a right to their opinion without being harmed, then this is not the channel for you. If you were one of the ones that glorified Charlie Kirk's death, and if you have ever glorified anybody's death, and you feel like if you sit here and you make excuses for someone dying, and your excuse is just as simple as, I mean, he said or she said, and this is what they get, and they should never, blah, blah, blah. This is not the channel for you. Because over here on this channel, we do not mock death. And we believe in Jesus Christ. Honestly, you know what's crazy? It might be some people on this channel that don't believe in Jesus Christ, but they believe in everything that I say, and they like my content. But me personally, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that prayer changes things. I know that there's people that just definitely disagree with me, and there's people that do agree with me. But I'm just saying, if you are a very wicked, evil, hateful, negative person, then this is not the channel for you. And you know, you got some people that say, oh, well, you talk about negative things all the time anyway, so that does not make me a negative person. Because when I shut off this camera, I go and I happily live my life. I'm not on here to make everybody's life a living hell. That's not what I came here to do. I really came here because the truth is the truth. And I'm tired of the lies. I'm not comfortable in lies. Okay, like everybody else is. And I like to speak on what's real and what's the truth. And it's sad that people don't like that. It's sad that people don't like it so much they hate you for it. And you don't have to like the things that I like. You don't have to agree with the things that I agree with. You can disagree with the things that I agree with, and you can dislike the things that I like. I'm not putting a gun to nobody's head. I'm not forcing nobody to be like me. I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing that they don't want to do. All I can say is, if you highly disagree with everything I said, you are more than welcome to hit the X button, hit the exit, and go to another person's channel where they practice hate, you know, where you know that you will be loved over there. Because when you love the world loves you back. But when you hate the things of this world, then the world hates you. They'll actually laugh at your pain. They'll laugh at you when you fall. They want to watch you fail. You feel me? The man is in a grave and they still trying to ruin his reputation. Like, how? I'm seeing people on here talking about they are a ministry and they have a YouTube channel and they sitting up here, you know, steady pushing hate on their channels. How? And y'all be sitting up here quoting Bible scriptures and having Bible study and all type of stuff. And y'all got churches, like actual churches. And then when it's time for y'all to speak out about Charlie Kirk, it's like, oh, Charlie Kirk. He was such an evil person. He was racist. He was blah, 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 blah. Like, they'll do anything other than really show that they have compassion for a human dying. Seriously. People are evil, bro.
Challenge before us is clear. Am I willing to put my life on the line? Will I stand for the truth? Will I preach the good news? See, the thing is, if you won't even be able to give him your Friday night, you won't be able to give him your life. We won't give him our social media feed. We won't give him our purity, our time, and our prayer life. But somehow, we think that we're going to be bold enough to stand when persecution comes. That's crazy.
You feel me? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like everybody swear they believe in God. You know, I believe in God. I love God. I go to church on Sunday. But when the mark of the beast come into play, you'll bow down. You'll bow down.
This is why Paul wrote in Philippians 2:12, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. That doesn't mean live in some sort of paranoia. It means live with urgency. Live with the weight of eternity on your shoulders. The moment you take your next breath is not guaranteed. The only question is, will that next breath find you right with God? Don't miss this moment. Don't scroll past this story like it's just another headline. Use it as a wake-up call. Use it as fuel to get serious about God, because what the enemy meant for evil, God can turn for good if it drives us back to the cross. The same Jesus who promised, in this world you will have trouble, also promised, take heart, I have overcome the world. So my question to you is this: if tomorrow wasn't promised, if it wasn't guaranteed, if your time came today.
So there was somebody in there, like, I guess, I don't know who said it, I can't remember, but they just said not nice. I mean, do you hear what he's saying? If your time came today, if tomorrow was not promised and your time came today, why do y'all believe that y'all can live on forever? Why?
Are you ready? Are you living for Christ? Are you walking in obedience? Because the time for lukewarm Christianity is over. It's time to live holy. It's time to live ready. If this stirred you, hit that like button so that it gets out to more people, because it's time the church wakes up. It's time we turn to God fully.
Hopefully the church can wake up. You know, it's just sad because they allow these pastors and these preachers to keep watering down the truth. So hopefully the church can wake up.
Don't wait another day. You said that yesterday. You said tomorrow I'll repent. Tomorrow is here. Repent, forgive, seek Jesus with everything.
It's okay to repent, guys. I just want to let y'all know that as well. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late. Just like you never too old to learn something. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can apologize at any given second if you want to. You can literally call up those people in your phone that you been feeling bad. You know, you probably said some things about them and you feel bad. You could call them up and apologize. It's never too late. People make excuses though. See, the thing is, they make excuses to continue to be the way that they are. And that's sad. That's sad. It's never too late. It's never too late.
Everything you've got, because that's true Christianity. Because whether he calls us home tonight or whether persecution finds us tomorrow, there's only one safe place to stand, and that place is Christ, the solid rock. And remember, Jesus loves you whether you like it or not.
He said Jesus loves you, rather you not know how many people hate him. Real talk. You not know how many people hate Jesus Christ. He still loves you. Still. No matter what. You know, we really supposed to love our enemies, y'all. We never supposed to be happy when our enemies fall. But people, they justify that. No, they said this, that, and the third about me. No, they did this, that, and the other to me. And I just hope something happened to them. Well, that's not the right way to live. Who's spreading hate? Like he said, anybody that's spreading hate right now is exposing themselves, y'all. They just exposing that they have a hardened heart. And even though I'm sitting here and I'm talking about how it's never too late to repent, people are still going to justify why they believe that Charlie Kirk should have died and that's what he get. You know, they're still going to be, because they have a hardened heart, because they have the demons have took over them, and the only way out is if they go to God and they admit that they know something is wrong with them. They admit that they're ready for change. The thing is, nobody is really ready for change. People just feel like change. I don't gotta change. Ain't nothing wrong with me. What am I changing for? What am I changing for? Ain't nothing wrong with me. You know, I do want to say this. Anybody, because there is people out there, you know, that feel like, hey, I want to donate to the channel. The Cash App is below. It's pinned. If you want to, you do not have to. Okay? I don't force people to do anything. If you want to, you can donate to the Cash App. The super chats, I appreciate the super chats. But the majority of the time, YouTube does not let me see those super chats, unfortunately. They're taking the majority of it. So, I'm just letting you know, I am not, because there's people that be like, oh, she just doing this, she doing it for money. Well, if I wanted money, I would have been saying, donate, 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 send to the Cash App, donate, donate. I don't do stuff like that. So, if anybody on here would like to donate, there is the Cash App. I am not forcing anybody to do anything, okay? Just wanted to let you guys know that. All right. Glad we have an understanding. So, there is another video that I believe I saved it. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, I be trying to. Yeah, look, I be trying to. I'm just saying, it's like you have to literally be detailed with people and break it all the way down to them to help them, because they just pick out what they want to pick out and they try to make you just this horrible person. You just want money and you're speaking on Charlie Kirk because you want money. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. There is like 1,000 topics that I can speak on. Trust me. I don't even mind doing it. And if you think about all of the tragedies and all of the things that could have caught my attention, go to my live streams. I didn't really talk about stuff like that. I just kept talking about the world, real talk. But the reason why I'm talking about Charlie Kirk is because I didn't even know this dude. I didn't even really know him. I had seen videos of him like last year, but I never really tuned in. I seen that he was a debater and stuff, but I never really tuned in. I used to look at him. I used to look at Ben Shapiro, however you say his name, but I never paid Charlie Kirk real attention. So until now, when I found out that he got killed and I found out who he was, I started looking at some of his videos and I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay. He debating with the people. Dang, why they getting mad? Like that's the first thing I started saying. I'm like, man, why they getting mad? And it's like when I found out what everything was really about and I started doing my own research, I'm like, wow. And I'm seeing videos of people celebrating. I'm like, this world is so evil. So yeah, I just literally start I know, right? These demons, man, they become see, all I'm gonna continue to do is say everything positive to make people expose themselves. Get it? So the best way to make a person expose themselves and expose how they truly hate you, and how they have hate in their heart is to just be nice to them, be positive to them. And they just gonna show you how evil they really are. Because these demons, they don't want you to be nice. They don't like stuff like that. But yeah, like I don't do stuff for clout. Cause I know, a lot of people they be like, oh, she clout chasing. I don't do stuff for clout, man. I don't. I didn't I could have cared less, honestly. But I didn't. I'm not like that. I have a heart. I'm not full of hatred, no matter what he said. Even when I listened to him, I didn't get offended by the things that he was saying. You want to know why? Because majority of the stuff he said was true. It was true. What I'm getting offended for? If I know that it's true. If I know that it's black on black crime, what I'm gonna get mad because a white man is saying it for? Like, you know. But I just had to speak on him because when I started seeing how evil people are, I said, man, this world is just so demonic and evil. And I just, words can't express how wicked and evil y'all really are. So, anyway, let me see. Do I have this video? Do I have this video? Uh, okay, I thought I did, guys, and I don't. Uh, so Shanta, you said he didn't deserve to die, but he was racist, anti-Semitic, evil, anti-gay, but he has freedom of speech like the rest of. See, the thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you. We really should understand that God gave us a mouth to speak out. He gave us a mouth to speak. He gave us, this is our mouthpiece right here. You know, and some people, they use their mouth to say the wrong things. You know, some people, they use their mouths to spew out hate and curse you and things like that. But I just believe what's right is what's right and what's wrong is what's wrong. And that's what I'm saying. There you go, right there. Those people that believed that he was racist, you know, evil, you know, stuff like that. They say that, and then at the same time they say, so that's why he deserved, you know, what he got. See, when somebody dies, it's crazy because yes, it is things that people do wrong and stuff like that. But why should we have to call out their wrongs? Leave that up to Judgment Day. I'm saying, like, when they die though, when this person is already dead and gone, why people still be like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, honestly, you know, leave that for God to be the judge. You know, some of the stuff that he said, I really agree with though. Suki says, if it is not a sin, then why, if a mother weak, huh? I don't know what you mean. Um, I'm just saying, if I don't know, man. I feel like we all should be entitled to our own opinion, and most importantly, too, why would we need man's laws and constitution and stuff like that to let us know that, hey, Danny, you got a freedom of speech? When I was already born with that anyway, because God gave us a freedom of speech. God is the one who allowed us to talk and use our mouth. It was God's doing. So why do we need man to let us know that we have a freedom of speech? People care too much. They care too much. And a lot of people like to be under control. I get it though. We do have a freedom of speech, Constitution. But some people believe so heavily in that they don't even believe that these are the same people that believe in God, but they don't even believe that, God is really the one that gives you a freedom of speech, because you wouldn't even be talking if it wasn't for him. People believe in the Constitution so much that they have no belief in God anymore. People believe in man so much and trust in man so much that they lose all faith in God. People are leaving the church. Well, honestly, I can't say a lot of people are leaving the church because these pastors are watering down the truth. These pastors ain't right. These pastors are still, halfway stepping. Real talk. And they got one foot in and one foot out. They're lukewarm. And they live according to the world. A lot of these pastors, they only stand in the pulpit for validation. That's why they be like, can I get a witness up in here? Oh, I don't hear nobody today. So what you gonna do? You don't hear nobody, so now what? I always wanted to know what a pastor would do, just because they preaching and they sweating and they jumping all across the stage with their robe and stuff, just overdoing their part. I always wanted to know, like, what you gonna do if you can't get a witness up in here? Why do you need somebody to agree with what you're saying? Yes, what's your name? Suki. Yes, I have. I've seen these pastors putting the rainbow stuff, rainbow community and things like that, because like I said, they need validation, and they need validation from the world to even, be relevant. Cuz these pastors, they also feel like they're nobody without validation from the world, and they feel like, if they disappoint the world, everyone's going to hate them. Well, I mean, why do you have a church? Why are you preaching on Sundays? Why do you have Bible study? Are you doing this for the love of God, or for the love of money, or for validation? Or is you doing it for the gram, or is you doing it for the book? Or is you doing it for the tube? Is you doing it for, all Twitter? These pastors don't step out of the shadows until there's money involved. And I'm not saying all of them, but most of them. Uh, I think that's your name. You said life on earth. You said life on earth is to seek God so that you can have a place in heaven. Life on earth is short. Eternity is forever. Facts. Straight up facts. Um, you said him. You said it's gonna get real out here there, so people better be careful talking negative about Charlie, even though he would be against it. People are hurting, so people could get hurt. Let's just talk. That's what Charlie. Yeah, I'm just saying. Somebody said, well, hurt people hurt people. Okay, so that's a reason for Charlie Kirk to die. Is that a reason for anybody to die? How would you feel if somebody took out your loved one, and then you got the whole world talking about, well, hurt people hurt people? How would you feel? You same people that are the same people that's up here mocking his death and stuff like that. How would you feel? I said the same thing yesterday. If somebody took out your loved one, somebody that you love dearly, very closest to you, and it went viral, and the whole world reacted to your situation, and they said, well, that's what they get. They should never been walking across the street. A car would have never smacked them. Like, what? I mean, people will literally justify and glorify somebody getting killed or dying and then say, well, they should never been saying this, that, and the third, or they should never been doing this and doing that, then maybe they wouldn't be dead. Like, what? You know you a demon. Let's just be 100. I had a family member. I mean, whoo, I really hope they receive God. I really hope. I really hope. I ain't heard from them in a long time. But I remember one time a very close family member of ours had passed away. And their wife was crying, because this family member that passed away, they had a wife. The wife was crying, screaming, hollering. She was with that specific family member since I was a little baby. They spent their whole lives together pretty much. They never had children. They were just a loving couple. They were married and everything. So this other family member told them, all you do is cry. They gone. Stop crying. It's over with. And it's like, you see how evil and cold people are. So they don't give you, the world don't want you to grieve. When they see you grieving, when they see you crying over somebody that you truly love, they want you to hurry up and get over it. Because you're wasting your time crying about this person. You need to live your life. They don't feel like, you should cry at any point because you're weak. You need to get up and get back to work and get to business because we have an American dream to chase. And that person that you're crying over, that loved one of ours, they gone. They dead. Get over it. Build a bridge and get over it. They're never coming back, which is true. But what a disgusting, evil, vile way to say that to somebody. They gone. Just get over it. I mean, these people are so wicked. It don't make no sense. Ever since that family member said that, man, I ain't never talked to them again because I feel like people should have a right to grieve. We ask God to help us through it though. My stepfather passed away 3 years ago and I was torn up. I was hurt. It was crazy when he passed away. I was going through something that I had been going through. I was going through a lot. And when I got the call, I literally dropped my phone and started crying. I asked God to help me because I had to drive back home. I had to drive back to where I had to go. And, I didn't want to be so weak mentally to the point where I couldn't drive anywhere. I couldn't do anything. But God got me there. God gave me strength. I ended up getting over my stepfather's death within, I want to say it took like a week or two. But it didn't mean that I had hate for him because I got over it. Like, a lot of people too, they do feel like if I stop grieving, that means that I just don't care. No, you do though. You still care. It don't mean that you don't have hate in your heart. Everything do take time too. It takes time. We gotta ask God to help us through it, man, because honestly, we gonna go through some real tragic things in our lifetime. We're gonna see some very crazy events unfold in front of our eyes. We've been seeing the airplanes fall out the sky. We've been seeing the drones, the UFOs. Y'all already know how 2025 been doing us, man. This has been a very crazy year. Thank you, Jane Doe. Um, it's been a real crazy year, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, all I ask is that God get me through these end times. You know, I ask for his protection over me and my family. And all we can do is just pray. People care too much about materialism, you know, and they just feel like if they get out of that materialistic mindset, if they get out of that mindset of chasing the bag, then there'll be nobody. There'll be nothing. They feel like if they really take time out their day to pray, that people will clown them for doing that. See, that's the thing. People care too much about what everybody else think about them instead of really living for themselves. Why are you living somebody else's dream instead of living your own? I wrote down a few things that the world, you know. Let me tell y'all something. The whole world's love language is hatred. Tell me I'm lying. The whole world's love language is hatred. The whole world is using your failure for their happiness. The whole world is casting a spell, doing witchcraft. I said, the whole world will kill you and they won't feel shit. With that being said, I would like to go to the rapper. A lot of people don't know who he is. His name is King Los. Shout out to King Los. And I would like to read his lyrics to y'all. I don't know when he made this song, but it is about the world and the hate that they give. And I'm telling y'all, every word that he said was 100% true. Can you put the name of that song in the comment section, Miss Kane? Oh, I think I got it. I think it's called all right. I think it's called Novocaine, right? Oh, Novocaine, yeah. I just want y'all to hear these lyrics, man. Cause when I tell you he said nothing but the truth, okay, I thought that I could just find the lyrics only, but obviously we're gonna have to listen to the song. So I own no copyrights to this song. I just want y'all to listen to what this man said in this whole entire song. He spoke about the whole world and the hatred that they have for Charlie Kirk. Shout out Charlie Kirk, man. Shout out Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna be honest with you. This song, we gonna dedicate this song to Charlie Kirk. This rap song. Y'all just listen to the lyrics. Shout out to King Los. He did his thing on this. He came out with this 2 years ago, and he ain't spoke nothing but truth. Nothing but truth. Listen.
2, check 1, 2. Yes, sir. You're now tuned in to Go Radio. I'm your host, Just Incredible. Oh, I got a crazy show lined up for y'all today. Too many exclusives on the way from my brother, King Los. Let's get it rolling. This is new music right here.
Whole world suffer from heartbreak. Whole world break each other heart and partake in self-hate. Whole world game bang, prostitute and sell weight. Whole world turn social media into jailbait. Whole world really at war, not just Ukraine. Whole world slaves, what white privilege did you gain?
First of all, I need y'all to understand that he's talking about the world, the whole world. This world is so evil, man. They sitting up here laughing at this man's death, laughing at his wife's pain. The whole entire world, pretty much. So he's talking about the world. So just listen to what he got to say about the world.
Whole world sick, no COVID, they just sick. Whole world fake, everybody reading the script. Whole world evil, whole world complain about the whole world. Screaming the whole world's insane. Whole world running out of time at the same time. Whole world one body sharing the same mind. Whole world could just change, but they reluctant. Whole world feed off pain and they destructive. Whole world living a nightmare, a bad one. Whole world hate your dream cause they don't have one. Run for your life, the whole world is smoke you. Soon as you die, the whole world will post you and give you all the flowers you can't smell. Whole world should have had his back when that man fell. Whole world set up every nigga they chill with. Whole world pull out all their cameras and film it. The whole world lost and they still in the matrix. The whole world love language really is hatred. The whole world scamming your money, claiming they activists. Whole world using your failure for all their happiness. Whole world casting a spell, doing witchcraft. Whole world a joke, and when you get it, just laugh. Whole world no good hoes, that's for the streets. Whole world running from bullies they can't beat. Whole world wait till you famous to know your name, then kill you and they won't feel shit. Novocaine.
The end is where I felt it. The end is where I felt it. He said the whole world wait till you famous to know your name. Then they kill you and they won't feel shit. Novocaine. Oh my God. Do you not know how many people did not even know who Charlie Kirk was, just like me? Didn't even know who he was. But guess what? They found out that he died. They found out that he talked about black people. They found out and they said that, oh, he said this and he said that because the so-and-so said that he said this and he said that. You know, y'all sound like a bunch of gossiping people. He say, she say. That's all it sounds like to me. So he deserved to die because so-and-so said that he said and they said and she said. Like, come on, man. I just want to say these lyrics, man. I really want to say these lyrics. He said, let's go. Hold on. I want to go to the first line. You know, he started off and he said the whole world, you know, the whole world do suffer from heartbreak. And the whole world broke each other heart and they partake in self-hate. Ooh-wee. Everybody partakes in self-hate. The whole world gang bang, prostitute, and sell weight. The whole world turns social media into jail bait. The whole world really at war, not just Ukraine. The whole world slaves. What white privilege did you gain? The whole world is sick. No COVID. They just sick. They just sick, man. Y'all are sick sitting up here dancing and twerking and prancing around and talking about, yeah, that's what he get. Nah, you just sick. We ain't talking about you just sick. Whole world is fake. Everybody reading the script. Everybody fake, man. Everybody claim that they love you. They claim they got your back. They claim they here for you. But they just reading from a script. Everybody be sitting up here talking about, oh, no, trust me. You got my word. But they just reading from a script. They fake. They lying to you. They ain't gonna call you tomorrow. They ain't gonna text you. They want your number and everything. You ain't seen this person in 10 years and y'all see each other in the grocery store. They extra fake. Y'all exchanging numbers and everything. You hitting them up, but they ain't even responding. You call them, they don't even answer your call. They don't even freaking return calls. So what you got my number for? They reading from a script. Whole world evil. Whole world complain about the whole world screaming. The whole world's insane. I think I need to say it again. The whole world is evil. The whole world complaining about the whole world screaming. The whole world's insane. Make it make sense. Y'all the same people sitting up here talking about oh, they need to bring Trump and the National Guards to Chicago. We're tired of the crime. But y'all the same ones on TikTok following the latest trend, dancing and prancing around because Charlie Kirk is dead. So that just lets me know that you actually do worship violence. You actually do like violence. Again, you're reading from a script. Let's fast forward. The whole world running out of time at the same time. Whole world, one body sharing the same mind. You want to know what's crazy? Everybody chasing the same image, and y'all running, and y'all running, and y'all running till you can't catch your breath no more. You out of breath. You don't know what to do. Oh shit, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I need to chase the American dream. It's the illusion. Whole world could just change, but they reluctant. Yeah. You want to know why? Because they don't believe in change. They don't care about change. Change is just change. Change. Why should I need to change? I don't need to change. I'm a perfect person. You know, I don't do no wrong. I don't need to change. 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 Whole world feed off pain and they destructive. The whole world feeding off pain and they destructive. Whole world live in a nightmare, a bad one. The whole world hates your dream because they don't have one. See, people can't believe it. They can't believe that they'll never be able to have the American dream that they've been chasing after their whole entire lives. They hate that they have to live through somebody else's dream, but they really don't have to, but they feel like they got to, even though it's not a gun put to their head, but they feel like they got to. They feel like they have to comply. They must comply or else. So you stand out because you live in your own dream. You going your own separate way. You ain't chasing after what everybody else chasing after. They hate your dream. They stomp all over your stuff. They make sure they put you down. They criticize you for doing the right thing, for going your own way. You know, he said, run for your life. The whole world will smoke you. He said, run for your life. The whole world will smoke you. As soon as you die, the whole world will post you. Charlie Kirk sat out there in front of thousands of people. Thousands of people. He got shot. It was posted. They put the video up and all of that. And give you all the flowers that you can't smell. Whole world should have had his back when that man fell. Now they want to give him his flowers, you know, fake ass flowers and stuff like that. And I'm talking about the fake people, the people that really don't care. But, you know, behind closed doors, they really don't care, but they're acting like they do. You know, that's the most dangerous part about people. Y'all don't know who all was up in that vigil that actually didn't care about him, but, you know, they don't want their friends to leave their side, so they have to continue to make themselves relevant, so they went along with it. But deep down inside, they hate Charlie too. Whole world set up every ninja they chill with, don't they? Whole world do. Whole world pull out all their cameras and film it. The whole world lost and they still in the matrix. The whole world love language really is hatred. Yep. Everybody hate Charlie Kirk. Real talk. They hate that I'm even talking about it right now. They feel like I'm just doing it for clout. I'm clout chasing. The whole world scamming your money, claiming they activists. If that ain't the truth. You got all these activists, so-called activists out here talking about, oh yeah, you know, we're for the people. They trying to be your voice. Whole time they just want money. Like BLM. Black lives don't matter. Unless a white man is stealing, is killing. Y'all, I'm getting my words all twisted. Black lives do not matter unless a white man is literally standing over a black man killing him. Black lives don't matter unless a white person is killing a black person. That's when black lives matter. That's when it's time for us to march. That's when it's like, you know, power to the people. But when there's black on black crime, ain't nobody saying nothing then. The whole world is using your failure for their happiness. Oh yeah, we just talked about that. The whole world casting a spell doing witchcraft. Yup, well, we just talked about that. Whole world a joke, and when you get it, just laugh. The whole world no good hoes that's for the street. The whole world running from bullies that they can't beat. You feel me? The whole world wait till you famous to know your name. And then they kill you and they won't feel shit. Novocaine. That last part right there, man. The whole world wait till you famous to know your name. It's just crazy to me how, a lot of people, they look at you as a nobody. You're a nobody unless you're known. You have to have some sort of celebrity status to be known to them. Because even though they see you, they don't see you. They see you in the algorithm, but they don't see you. They don't want to click on your videos because they feel like you're just a Mrs. Know-it-all. You just talking. You don't know what you're talking about. You just saying anything. You just doing it for clout. You clout chasing. But as soon as you blow up, soon as you become famous, then they kill you. They try to get you killed. They curse you. They hate you even more. Now you somebody. Now you live rent-free in their mind. Now you mean everything to them. Only because they hate you. I mean, and then as soon as you leave this earth, they have not an ounce of love at all. And the last person that just said that comment, you are exactly what I'm talking about. I'm exposing a whole world that you're a part of. Exactly. Matthew says the whole world better find Jesus and repent. It's dark and hell is hot. You feel me? Whole world needs to find Jesus and repent. The whole world do. But the whole world can change, but they just reluctant. They don't want to. Real talk. Benji says Black lives don't matter, all lives matter. Black Lives Matter was created by Rainbow, and they gave no money to the... Oh, trust me, I know. I definitely did my research on them. They are some crooks. Disgusting. I mean, this is crazy. The whole world using your failure for all their happiness. They won't feel happy until they know that you down. They need to see you fall. They want to make sure that you fall, and they want to kick you while you down so you can never get up. You get locked up. You a good person. Say, for instance, you a good person. You get pulled over. You get locked up over a simple traffic stop. The traffic, you got a corrupt ass officer. Now you locked up. Now you got to wait till you see the judge in the morning time. Your car is impounded. You reach out to that person that you thought truly loved you. That person that you thought truly was going to help you, like for real. Soon as you tell them what just happened, now they just like, oh no, I don't know what to tell you. And behind closed doors, they laughing at your pain. You thought they had your back. You thought they was going to help you get your car out the pound. You thought they was going to come to your court appearance and everything. You thought they was going to be able to pick you up because they the ones that said, call me if you need me. But see, that's the problem. The whole world reading from a script. The whole world fake. They read it from a script. The whole world needs to be exposed. Every chance I get, I just want to expose the world. Real talk. The whole world hate Charlie Kirk. Y'all see the thumbnail? Look at them people laughing and dancing and stuff, and this man is gone too soon. People keep on talking about, oh yeah, he was evil. He was, woo. And it's like, it's literally no excuse, bro. I don't care. It's no excuse. That shouldn't even be an excuse for you to just dance around. Charlie was no saint. Okay, and you ain't either. The audacity of people to say that he was no saint. And he's the same people that practice witchcraft. The same people that do all the most dark demonic things that you could think of. But they have the audacity to try and judge this man, though. They judge him because they need justification for them to, be able to celebrate his death in a bad way. There is no excuse. It's no excuse, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. If you have an excuse as to why he should have been dead anyway, if you have an excuse, like dude said, that is just evidence of a hardened heart. That's all the evidence we need, that your heart has hardened already. And you exposed yourself at this point. Anybody that has hate for this man, and that feel like, oh, he got what he deserved. He should never been talking like this and talking like that and saying this and saying that. Anybody that can say that right here, right now, today, whether it's on this platform or rather it's on somebody else's, or rather, it's on another social media site. You just showing that you have a hardened heart. You just cold-hearted, and there's no excuses. None. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about that. Tomorrow we're going to do another live stream, and we're going to talk about something else. And tomorrow we're going to talk about how Chicago has flipped red. Chicago is pleading for Donald Trump and the National Guards to come out here. People keep saying they out here, but they not out here. The fact that people believe that there is no crime is diabolical. Chicago is a very evil, demonic, hateful city. Seriously. And I can say that because I live here. And I've been living here since I was a newborn. All right? It ain't got no better. And tomorrow we definitely going to speak on that. And I'm going to shed some light on it. And I got video footages of certain things that I need y'all to see. How CPD, Chicago Police, is very corrupt. Mayor Brandon Johnson is very corrupt. Governor Pritzker is corrupt. Yeah. Chicago ran by Democrats, but Democrat, Republican, to me, it really don't matter. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And they're wrong. They sat up there and they stood in front of the whole world to tell the whole world that there is no crime. Now the whole world is out here tweaking. And the whole world loved chaos. The whole world just needed an excuse to really do the things that they do. Thank you to Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor Pritzker for what you have done when you stood up in front of the whole entire world to lie to them. You did an amazing job because you helped the crime rate to go up even more. Chicago is perfectly fine. There is no crime here, according to these politicians, And let's not forget Chicago rapper Lil Durk, Chicago drill rapper Lil Durk, took pictures with Mayor Brandon Johnson. Let's not forget that Chicago rapper Lil Durk dropped $150,000 on Mayor Brandon Johnson's campaign. Let's not forget that Chicago rapper Lil Durk took other pictures with other Illinois politicians. Let's not forget. They love crime, they glorify crime, and they justify crime. Just like the whole world is justifying Charlie Kirk's death. Real talk. Joseph says, by God's grace, through our faith in Christ's blood payment at the cross for our sin, we are saved. Romans chapter 3 through 24, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 1, Ephesians 1, verse 7, Galatians. I really be having trouble saying Galatians. I think I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. Chapter 3, verse 22. Who is this? Y'all keep saying Charlie Kirk was a racist, dude. You don't know how many racist politicians there is in office right now? What's the difference? You don't know how many racist people there is in today's time? Doesn't mean that they should die. Doesn't mean that they should die. I'm not about to laugh at somebody no matter how evil they are, because nobody deserves to die. Every human deserves a life. Seriously. And when it's their time to go, it's their time to go. Everyone needs to turn back to Jesus and have faith once again. I believe that will heal America, and the crime rate around, it's moving too fast, around the USA will go down. Just follow Jesus. Yes, he is the way, the truth, the love. Yes. He is the way. He is the truth. And it's like people still deny that. But keep denying. Keep denying. Because eventually you won't. Eventually you won't. Exactly. It's only one race, and that's the human race. Come on now. Tell them. The whole world's love language is hatred. The whole world's love language is hatred. They make excuses after excuses after excuses as to why they should continue to be the way that they are. But I'm telling y'all, we are living in the very end, and I feel it. And I only speak on things that I can feel. And I know for a fact that it's coming. I don't know what day. I don't know what month. I don't know what year. I don't know what time. But I know it's coming because I feel it, and it's getting closer. The time is getting closer. And a lot of people, they need to turn away from their wicked ways. It's no excuses anymore at this point, y'all. You can keep making excuses as much as you want. But at some point, you really got to ask yourself, is this how I want to live the rest of my life, the rest of my days? Y'all, I'm going to just keep it 1,000 with you. Like, do you not know that sudden destruction can happen at any given second? I'm just being 100. I'm just being honest. Do you not know we could take our last breath at any given second? And I say that because it's the truth. Someone died 30 seconds ago, just now. I don't know who. Anybody. There's billions of people in this world. So what does that tell you? This lady got on the train. It looks like she just got off of work, and she was stabbed by a black man. She was stabbed up and jabbed up by a black man. She didn't deserve to die. Nobody deserves to die. She didn't do anything wrong to him. He was going through his own thing. He was on the train fighting demons, man. He couldn't take it no more. He seen that white face that he ain't want to see again. He seen that white face that he really was tired of. I'm dead ass serious. People just always want you to water down what's true. And if you ask me, when I'm looking at this dude, he looked like he just on a train fighting straight up demons. I hate when people say, oh, mental health is real. Man, it ain't no mental health. This dude is fighting demons. Okay? He needs prayer. Mental health, he need prayer. That's what it is. It's prayer. These psychiatric hospitals ain't gonna help you. These therapists ain't gonna help you. These psychiatrists ain't gonna help. You know who gonna help you? Jesus. He gonna help you. You know what's gonna help you? Prayer is gonna help you. I'm dead serious. I used to really once upon a time believe in mental health. I believe that, oh yeah, I have a diagnosis. I'm diagnosed with this, that, and the third. Or they're diagnosed with, yeah, I believe that they have depression. I believe that they're schizophrenic. I believe that no. What it is it is a demon that has manifested within them. And they need Jesus and they need prayer. It's the demons. People keep saying that mental health, every time a school shooter shoots up a school, it's mental health. Mental health. So the truth is, we just need God, man. We need prayer. And we need to understand that, and we need to believe that. And you can continue to say, oh, I don't believe that there is a God. But eventually, every knee shall bow and every tongue will confess. I could tell you that. Eventually. And people, they got to stop halfway in it. They got to stop halfway in it. Stop saying you believe in God and then you turn around and you need more grace and you abuse his grace that he gives you because you keep going to the club and you can't stop partying and you can't stop doing the wrong thing. And then as soon as God is mentioned to you, it's like, oh, girl, he working on me. It's a work in progress. And then after that, you still keep going to the club. You still keep sleeping with different men. You sleeping with different women. You getting different women pregnant. You getting pregnant by different men. You evil. You're racist. You're hateful. And you justify it. Real talk. The truth is, you need God. But you need more time. And the thing is, he gives us times and chances, but not so you can continue to abuse it. You know how many people did something that they weren't supposed to do last night and they prayed about it and they said, I'll never do it again. And they went back and they did it again. And they said, I will never do it again. And they went back and they did it again and again and again. And how many times is it going to take for you to keep doing the wrong thing, though? For you to say, all right, you know what? This is the result I'm getting every time I do this. And I say I'm not going to do it again, so how about I just stop completely? None of us is perfect for sure, but I mean, if we want to be more like Christ, then we have to walk the right way. We got to walk the right path. We got to walk the straight and narrow. We got to acknowledge our wrongs. We got to do right. We got to be right. We like for real. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. And anybody that can disagree with that and say, no, actually, right is wrong and wrong is right. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. True story. It was this chick, right? My husband, this was like a few years ago. He had to go get his hair done. I usually do his hair, but I was pregnant at the time. I was tired. I'm like, I do not feel like braiding your hair. So, we both went to this one chick shop. She had a shop in her basement. And she just like, we was having a debate with her because there was a lot of things that she said out her mouth that, we wanted to get up and leave. But we sat down and we still had a cordial conversation. Towards the end of the conversation, and it was like right when we was getting ready to leave and we were getting up, she said, I believe that, I'm just saying, y'all believe right is right and wrong is wrong. I believe that right is wrong and wrong is right. So that's my belief. At that point, I looked at her, I said, really? God bless you. And we never came back. Never went back. It's people out here that really believe that, y'all. They really believe that right is wrong and wrong is right. And they'll tell you that too. These demons, they literally are sitting amongst us right now. You might live with demons right now. You might be trying to fight somebody else's demons inside of the same house that you live in. Your siblings, your cousins, your grandmas and grandpas, your aunties, your uncles, your mother, your father, anybody in your family. They could be fighting real demons and you living in the same house as them. And every time they wake up, they just pissed off. They angry, they mad, snapping out for nothing. It's always snapping off. It's always upset, And you just wondering, why are you always mad? But the truth is, it's not mental health. It's demons that has manifested within them. Real talk. And you living with it. Trust me, I had to deal with it before. I know what it's like to live with someone that's fighting demons. All you can do is continue to pray for them. Stay away from them. Because them demons, they want you on their level. They want you to be angry, mad, negative. They love darkness. And they hate the light. And literally hate the light. I mean literally, for real. Because it was times where I was tired of the house, having the shades down all the time, tired of it being dark inside the house. So I would just open up the windows, open the blinds, lift the curtains up. And they would get mad and they would get angry and they would say, shut those curtains. I don't want the light inside of my house. What? When I would listen to Pastor Stephen Darby Ministries on YouTube, and I would turn it up loud, the demon inside of the house would say, turn that off. He's dead. He's gone. These demons, they, when you do anything positive around them, they hate it. They hate it so much that they'll yell at you. They ready to fight you. Soon as you have a little conversation with them, they immediately start disagreeing with everything that you're saying. You like, why you have a conversation with them about you going to the grocery store. And you get into the grocery store as soon as the store open up and it's like, well, if I was you, I would have probably just waited until the afternoon time. No, I prefer not to. Well, you should have. Why didn't you? Because when you go in the morning, then there's nothing there. Like they would literally argue you up and down about any little thing. But anyway, the whole world needs God. Real talk. The whole world needs prayer. The whole world ain't tiptoeing to hell anymore. They actually running down there. The whole world is comfortable with the lies. And they hate the truth. The whole world literally, they hate you for being right. They hate you for trying to do right. They hate you for being a family man. They hate you for being a great mother. They hate you for not listening to the things that they listen to. They hate you for not eating the things that they eat. For not getting a gym membership like they got a gym membership. For not having a car like they have a car. They hate you because they have a job and you don't. And just because you don't, you're lazy. Like, it is no other angle for them to look at it. They just feel like if you ain't got a job, you lazy. They don't care about your struggle. Oh, they don't want to hear that. They just feel like you lazy. They just feel like you lazy. Yeah, Annette. The whole world feel like anytime you have a but, a if, and an and, you making excuses because you're non-compliant. The whole world needs you to comply with them. The whole world is doing everything in unison. The whole world follow the latest trends. The whole world don't believe in parenting anymore. The whole world believes too much in AI. The whole world, y'all gonna get me started. The whole world feels like anytime you talking like how you talking right now, you just ain't talking about nothing and you just talking. The whole world feels like you think you know everything. The whole world feels like you're a part of the problem, even though you're not. The whole world feels like you just think that you're perfect. But I don't. I want to be perfect because I want to be more like Christ, and we should all want to be just like him. The whole world is like, what? Oh, she just said perfect. Yeah. The whole world is okay with normalizing the same thing. Like the word perfect, like the new word empathy. Everybody just got something to say about empathy now all of a sudden. Now everybody thinks that they're therapists. The whole world thinks that they're therapists. The whole world is eager to identify words incorrectly just because everybody else is. The whole world wants to cancel you because you're too righteous for them. And righteous is boring. And peace is boring. The whole world doesn't understand. They don't get it. They can't believe it. They don't believe that you're not the same person from 16 and 17 years ago. They don't believe that you actually changed. They don't believe that it's like, what? Huh? No, that's not her. No, what happened to her anger? No, she still has anger. She's just putting on a facade. The whole world thinks that you're putting on a facade. The whole world thinks that you're just doing it for the cameras. The whole world don't want to hear your mouth. Man, look. Charlie Kirk's death it encouraged me to expose the world, the whole world, even more. And one of the biggest things, the whole world's love language is hatred. Because nobody wants to live with love in their hearts anymore. They glorify hatred. They normalize hatred. Hatred is okay. There is nothing wrong with it. And when you confront them about it, they're ready to attack you physically. They're ready to take you out. You don't belong here because this is their world. And the world that you hate, the world that you dislike, they dislike you back. But when you love the world and you love things of the world, then the world loves you. Then the world would be ready to give you the recognition that you need. Then the world would be ready to make you famous. Then the world would be ready to make sure they share every video of you doing dumb things. Because really, the whole world just wants you to do something dumb. They're just sitting waiting for you to do something dumb so that you can go viral. Somebody said that I talk about nothing but negative things and I need to live it up and have fun. But the thing is, and the truth of the matter is that there's things out here that needs to be getting exposed, and there's things that a lot of people just don't talk about because they feel like it shouldn't get talked about. They feel like, oh, it's just the world, like, you know, it's just what people do. But it's not normal. It shouldn't be normalized. And we should know that the whole world needs Jesus. Y'all stay tuned for the next video that's coming up tomorrow. Appreciate everybody that took the time out to stay at a live stream and really listen to me. I appreciate the people that dislike me as well. You know, God bless y'all. Jesus loves you. And like he said, it ain't a thing that you can do about it.